Okay, we will consider the projectile motion when the situation is non-symmetrical and situasi kat sini adalah launch horizontally, which is contohnya you berada di bahagian atas, apa-apalah. Contoh boleh juga jadi sini ada bangunan kan, bangunan, lepas tu you naik motorcycle kan, you naik motorcycle, lepas tu you bergerak daripada belakang ni and then you you just go straight. So you have a what we call an initial velocity which is horizontally. So your motorcycle ni juga akan pergi pada keadaan projectile motion. Dia akan pergi ke situ. Contoh lah. And then the other one is when you are in the plane, atas kapal terbang, and then you lepaskan sesuatu objek. So for example like this one, dia berada dalam kapal terbang. Waktu dia sampai dekat sini, dia lepaskan this bomb lah. Contohnya bomb. Okay, the bomb. Bomb tu akan jatuh dalam keadaan half parabolic. Ni dia punya path, dia punya trajectory ni macam ni. This is dia punya trajectory. So what happened here? Let's say you are this ball are released plane awak ni ataupun situasi motosikal tadi, dia ada initial velocity, horizontal velocity bersamaan dengan 25 meter per second. So, since we have know that velocity is tangent to the path, our path is like this. Dekat atas ni, kita punya velocity is something like this. This is our u. So, u ni, kalau kita resolvekan dia hanya ada ux. Which is, this is your ux and your uy is equal to 0. And this is your height. Let's say your height bersamaan ketinggian dia 100 meter. So you ada dua information ni. You can have any others information. As before, for your equation, you will have x component equation and y component equation. So your y component you akan ada, contohnya you akan ada vuas kan. V square equal to u square plus 2as. So this one is all must be in y component. And then kita ada void equal to v equal to u plus ayt. And then kita ada sutat sy equal to uy t plus half ayt square. And last kita akan ada s equal to half. All of this must be in y component except for t, because t is scalar. T sahaja yang tak ada x component, y component. Untuk x component, since we already know that the situation, the rules for a projectile motion is, the first one you must have ay is negative 9.81 meter per second, and your ax is equal to 0, and your vx is always equal to ux. So this equation will become, bukan this equation lah, v equal to u plus 2as, kan, vuas for the x component akan jadi macam ni je. Same as void pun akan dapat equation ni sahaja. And then for sutat, since ax is equal to 0, you will have this equation. Same as the below, as equal to half u plus vt, you will get this equation too. So this is the only x component and y component that happen in this situation. Okay. You already know that this is known as the maximum height, since it is the only height that we consider. And here is our range. Here is our range, which is r. Okay. Let's say for this situation, we will have the information that we get from this situation is for A, kita dapat ax equal to 0, ay equal to negative 9.81. Untuk ux equal to u, which is sini adalah 25, and uy kita is equal to 0. Untuk vx kita sama dengan ux, which is sama dengan 25 juga. Kita punya vy bukan 0 Vy kita boleh guna equation untuk cari. So this is our final velocity. Oh, bom ni kena orang kat bawah ni So this is our final velocity which can be resolved to Vx and Vy. So this Vy is not 0. Nampak tu ada anak panah dia, maksudnya dia akan ada value. And then untuk S, Sy, Sx kita boleh guna Uxt. Kita punya height pun sebenarnya kalau kita nak cari contoh dekat sini kan, kita nak cari dia punya Sy, kita boleh guna equation ni ataupun this equation. But for the maximum height, kita punya Sy kita for maximum height adalah negatif 100. Kenapa negatif? Sebabnya dia daripada atas ni kan, daripada atas ke bawah, right? Sini this is dia punya initial, which is y initial kita sama dengan 100 meter, and here is kita punya y final which is equal to 0. So Sy is equal to y final tolak y initial, you akan dapat 0 minus 100. So Sy awak adalah negatif. Dan direction dia pun kalau awak tengok, direction dia ke sana. So this is direction of Sy. We put it as negative 100 meter. So you will have this information for your calculation. Alright. Now let's say we want to find the R. Okay, kita nak cari R. Kalau kita nak cari R, R is equal to Uxt. Okay, T is time of flight. Okay, untuk time of flight pula, kita hanya ada T down sahaja kat sini. So T down ni adalah awak punya time of flight. Time of flight saya guna capital T. Alright, for here kita ada Ux tapi kita tak ada T. Kita boleh cari T. Another information yang kita ada adalah Sy. So kita guna equation Sy equal to Uy T plus half Ayt square. So dekat sini Sy kita adalah negative 100. This part is equal to 0. Half negative 9.81 and T square. So in this case, if you put negative here and didn't put negative here, kat sini kan T square kan. Nanti kita akan dapat T sama dengan square root kan. Nanti kalau salah satu daripada awak punya information is negative, awak tak boleh dapat jawapan. So make sure you put the negative negative part correctly. Okay, what happened here is your T should be square root, right? Later should be ada jawapan positif dengan negatif. One is positive, one is negative. But for T, we will only take positive answer. So this is our time of flight lah. T capital T. This is our time of flight. So kita ambil positive part, positive value sahaja, which is 4.52 second. Barulah kita boleh cari Ux. Ux kita 25, T kita adalah 4.52. Okay. Kalau kita sama dengankan dia, kalau kita kira ni, awak akan dapat awak punya R 113 meter. So jarak daripada sini, daripada dia lepaskan tu, dia punya sampai ke sini, jarak dia adalah 113 meter, tinggi dia adalah 100 meter. Okay, let's look at how to find this velocity. Awak mesti dapat Vx awak positif and Vy awak negatif based on this figure, right? Okay, kalau kita boleh guna VUAS, kita boleh guna Vx sama dengan Ux. Okay, sama dengan 25. Ni kita nak cari V tau. Kita kena cari Vx dan Vy separately. So Vy, since kita dah ada T, kita boleh guna T lah. Buat lah V equal to Uy plus At. But if I want to use this 2Ay Sy, which is Vy square sama dengan Uy is 0, 2 negative 9.81 and my Sy is negative 100. So my Vy should be plus minus because same as the situation of T tadi. Plus minus something like let's look at the calculators. You will have square root of 2 times negative 9.81 darab dengan negative 100. So I got 44.28 meter per second. So this one, since it has positive and negative, you need to know the direction here. Okay, direction here, kita dah tahu dia ke bawah kan. So, kita akan ambil negative value. Okay, kita akan ambil negative value. Negative 44.29 meter per second. Kalau you guna buat plus AYT, you akan dapat dia negatif lah. Which is negatif 9.81 darab dengan 4.52 tu. Awak dapat terus negatif. Negatif 44.34. So, sama je. Dia punya beza sikit je. Kita masih lagi terima. So, you have this Vx and Vy. What you need to do now is to find the V. Nak cari V, kita guna Pythagoras theorem. Plus negatif 44.29 square. Okay. Akan dapat 25 square tambah dengan negatif 44.29 square. So, your velocity is 50.9 meter per second. But remember, velocity is in vector. So, you must have dia punya magnitude dan juga dia punya direction. Vx awak positif, Vy awak negatif. So, your punya theta is below positive x-axis. So, theta sama dengan tangent minus 1, negatif 44.29 bahagi dengan 25. 44.29 bahagi dengan 25. Dapat negatif 60.6 degree. Below positive x-axis. Alright.